If you're typical of many woodworkers, you probably regard sanding about the same way you look at brushing your teeth. Something that's hardly inspiring, certainly not much fun, but still something that has to be done, but preferably as quickly as possible. Well, there is a different way of looking at sanding as a creative, challenging process that lets you take rough-cut pieces of wood like this, turn them into thin and delicate petals like these, to be used in making this 5-petal box topped with a compound cut flower that I created for the readers of Woodworker's Journal. To get the smooth and flowing lines that I needed, I used a variety of sanders, most of which you probably have in your own shop. For rough sanding both the box and the petals, I relied on the spindle sander, using different size spindles, and also on the belt sander. After cutting the inside of the box, I used the spindle sander to smooth the cut area and to remove burn and blade marks. Once the top and bottom of the box were glued into place, I rough sanded the area between the box petals with a smaller spindle. The belt sander easily took care of the flatter areas. I used the same equipment to rough sand the flower petals. First, I used the belt sander to true the edges of each petal. Then I sanded the concave areas of each petal with a medium-sized spindle. I used both sanders for the convex surfaces, but was especially careful with the more aggressive belt sander. I sanded the petals until they were completely smooth and about 3/32 of an inch thick, more or less. At this point, the components were neat and clean, but still not quite there yet. To finish the job, I turned to my small detail sander and also to a small pneumatic drum that was chucked into the drill press. I used the detail sander for the top and bottom of the box and for the accessible parts of the sides, sanding as much of the surface as I could reach. I sanded through the grits to about 240. I used the small pneumatic drum for the recessed areas. I also used it to round the top and bottom edges of the box and both edges of the center opening. I used the same drum to thin the petals to about 1/16 of an inch and to round over the upper edge of each petal to create the illusion of greater thinness without compromising its strength. Once you start seeing your sanders as tools for sculpting and contouring, and not just smoothing machines, you can start having fun changing rough pieces of wood into fragile and delicate things of beauty.